So you are an engineer like myself, a designer, maybe a freelancer, and you've got a meeting coming up with a new client or a job interview. And here's the thing, they are in an industry you've never worked in before, or the person across the table is way more senior than anyone you've talked to. They've got their own jargon, their own pressures, their own way of thinking, and you know they are going to ask something like, so how long you've been in our industry, say in hospitality, and you haven't. That's usually a thanks but no thanks right there because you don't speak their language. But what if you could actually rehearse that conversation beforehand? Not just prep some talking points, but genuinely practice handling their questions in their language before you're in the room. That's where AI role playing comes in. Look, I'm not a speech coach or career consultant, I'm just a software engineer who's also done a fair bit of freelancing. And this is something I wish I had as a tool when I was a freelancer. I've seen heaps of people use AI to write CVs, cover letters, and that's fine, but it's not the same as proper dress rehearsal. I'll show you how to do this with any general purpose AI chat. There are some specialized tools, but I won't focus on them. You can find one or build one yourself. So let's start from basics. Imagine you don't even have a computer and you have a smartphone and you have ChatGPT as millions of people do, and they have thing called project. So you start a new project and you call it Kefi owner, for example. You create a new project, um, and these large language models have been trained on entire internet, and they've seen it all. They know what potentially Kefi owner would talk about. So this new project has settings and they have edit instructions. So I've prepared something which may be just a short version of CV or maybe information you found about your potential client, say cafe owner in London. So we've created that and we can just talk to this imaginable person. And surely this is not guaranteed that this imaginable character would speak exactly about the same things or would talk about exactly the same things as real person you're going to meet, but at least might convey some common problems for these sort of people, for these people and for this kind of set of problems they have. All right, so I'm asking, hi, how are you? Well, yeah, basically that's the way, and you can potentially create more than one avatar. You can maybe create one for yourself and automate it further on, so your avatar would talk to their avatar and see what potentially they can land on. And let's imagine your AI chat doesn't have things such as projects. Um, let's jump back onto computer and see what we could do to work it around. Let's pretend this Gemini doesn't have such tool, so maybe we can write so in this case we uh, make a trick, so we give it instruction that this is role playing and it should respond with acknowledged. So we send this message and it responds acknowledge. So it responds as a pirate, even though we didn't use this proper system prompt tool. And let's try the more complex example with proper identities. I prepared two made up profiles. So one is operating robot fleet in New Zealand, and another guy is going to try to sell this guy something. So we add a model. Let's choose whatever model we like, but you experiment which works for you better. And when you edit a model and OpenRouter, you can go to settings, and in settings you can define custom system prompt, and you place this, and we write you are George Anderson, and we apply to all models in this chat. Let's try. Yeah, so it works. And let's just delete this for now. And let's imagine we use two different kinds of providers so we can cover more for experimentation. And when you go to Cloud Console, we use API pricing, and you have this convenient workbench where you can provide system prompt, and you can talk to this. So we'll take other guys, Bruce Wilson, sales representative of some robot cleaning solution. So we're writing that his goal is to sell on one of his solutions to these other guys, George Anderson, Executive Director of Fleet Operations. Maybe we can introduce some scene. You are in So that's done, and let's induce the conversation. So it generates a conversation like it talks to that other guys. So we would just copy this response. So maybe we can modify this prompt a little bit as well to say that all right, should be enough. And we send a message from Bruce, so we can see some reasoning which happens in the model inside. So we just copy it and paste it as a next user message, and we run it. Yeah, so basically that looks like this. So you can intervene in these messages, you can edit them slightly and see how it goes and at which conversations they would land. And basically you can learn a lot. My wife recently tried that, and it was generally helpful, and I tried that as well and was surprised how well it worked, because basically a person with whom I was meeting, they asked questions nearly identical to the questions the AI role-playing asked me. So that's pretty cool. You have a few ways to do that. You can either talk yourself to this digital avatar of your clients, or maybe you can make your avatar talk to them. All right, so that's all about using general purpose tools. So we've covered Gemini, ChatGPT, and we tried some pay-as-you-go services like OpenRouter or Cloud Console, and same would work for just Cloud Desktop or Web Cloud. One of the specialized tools available for free called Silly Tavern. It has peculiar interface. It's been built quite a while ago, and it is very popular. So you could certainly try it. It requires some technical skill to launch it. Yeah, well, that's roughly how it looks. I won't cover this in detail because this may be an overkill, and if you know how to use this sort of stuff, you know what is Docker and how to pull something from GitHub repository, you will find your way yourself. So I believe if you need to sometimes talk to people and you are not professional, talker, speaker, AI role playing certainly is a good tool to rehearse conversation and help you to understand your clients or potential employers better. It's not like cheating, you just shortening the time you need to learn about the industry, about this sort of people, about their language, about their jargon. That's all I wanted to tell today. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. See you next time.